Riggs. Thank you for joining us. It's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Okay, tonight is about Majestic 12. MJ12. I've talked about this in the past, and this comes from John Weir. I saw an interview about it recently. I think it was at Emery Smith or something like that. So, we're gonna go into what I pick up on Majestic 12. And obviously, I can't prove anything. It'd be nice, but obviously not. So at least I can put information out there and see what you can pick up on. So it is. Well, we'll go into it in a second. So, it's been a while since I've done this. All right, we'll go into the site for updates first. Those are new to all this. Is avatar.com. Right, private sessions throughout the week. Or you can talk to MJ12 or whoever you want to talk to. We're on a channel, and you can talk to MJ12 yourself. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded privately. We have the question about 7 days for delivery. Hopefully sooner. Here and there. Social network. Same situation. 7 days for delivery. Other channels and heroes I do recommend. Social network and awesomeness. Thank you for support. Whoops. I'm not done yet. Okay. Thank you for your support. Okay, this is the old MJ12. This is the old people involved with it. Obviously, you can look it up. I think they also have something on Netflix of okay, that's not it. Okay, that's something else. But either way, yeah, they're gonna have bogus stuff. I mean, they don't really want you to know that they exist, but they don't even care if they know you. So either way, alright, there's more than just 12. There's I'll go into this just so you know what I'm talking about. I feel like there's 30 of them. They are all military. They're all male. They're not. There is females there, but not in the. I don't think so. Let's see. They're there, but they're not considered. Like the top ranking. So yeah, they do all the UFO stuff. They don't just do UFO stuff. They do control humanity stuff. That doesn't mean that they're fully involved, but they are. They choose presidents and stuff like that. So they make, where I'm gathered. Also picked up, there's a female presence there, but it's not the main. There is a female energy, more masculine there, but she's not making herself known. Not like I can prove any of this anyway, but there's also, what I picked up earlier, obviously I picked up on this earlier when I heard about the current version of MJ12. It's also, from what I'm not 100%. I feel like there's 3 families that you have never heard of that are interconnected into this that you most likely will never ever hear about. Now maybe they call themselves the Smiths. I don't know what they call themselves. The Whites, the Smiths, the whatevers. A lot of them are in Europe. They're scattered across the world, and they're very quiet. So they don't give them, if they let other people look like billionaires, the Saudis let them look like billionaires. They keep themselves, they live comfortable, but they don't go by our rules at all. Some of them live in South Africa, and once again, remote places that your average, I don't think they live in California, let's put it that way. These are the families that are, playing the main, the big stuff. So, yeah, they're keeping the UFO information secret for, now they don't care if you talk, I mean, it's not like I know who they are or anything. Now, if I started talking about who they were, if I knew who they were, that might be a different story. So, I might disappear. So, I don't think that's the case, yeah, they don't care about, it's true, they don't care what's out there. They're kind of curious. Because they throw stuff out there into the media and see what people bite. they don't really care. It's not going to really screw up their agenda. They're kind of, I mean, from what I get from them, you can say they're Illuminati energies. They don't, they're curious to see where people would go with all this. So there might be some trap. Like if you try to find them, there will be some traps, definitely. Uh, but doesn't mean that you'll get. They're not easy. They're impossible to find. But doesn't mean nobody's totally impossible. Be careful what you wish for. Let's put it that way. Some of them can be very dark, obviously, to scare the crap out of you, and then they'll be very friendly. So it depends. Now these are the families that are connected to a Majestic 12. Now Majestic 12 is mostly military. They are, some of them are in Russia. You think it's all U.S. I mean, it is U.S. connected, but they're connected to Russia, China, but it's mostly, they're connected to everybody. So they have an agenda. Obviously, they're not going to make clear. They are working with Elon Musk. He's not fully aware of it, I don't think. They do funding there, but he's not aware because they have to leak out information. They have to, they got to put they have to put technologies out there somehow. I believe they also have a flying car somewhere. Maybe not the version you might see it as, but there's some kind of prototype. Obviously, if you're messing with alien technologies, you gotta have a flying car somewhere. So let's see here. Yeah, a lot of these. I'll go back to the families. Go into again hidden families. I think there's 3 of them, 3 major families, and they are around the tropical areas. Sicily, stuff like that. Stuff out, offshore, like Alex Jones would say. They keep such a low profile. You would never know who they were. You would never know. Yeah, they are connected to money, obviously, but you would never know that they're part of the big picture here. They're taught to be silent, and it's part of their family lineage, and for them to have a leak, of who they are and all that is not likely. Apparently, it's so embedded into their family to keep themselves secret. They'll never make themselves known. It's just part of traditions. Like the royals have their BS religion, their tradition of looking like a bunch of rednecks. That whole thing is such a, the royals. It's just, I make a great comedy show. It's, if you have like the true, if they have Desperate Housewives and stuff like that, the Desperate Royals would be great. But that's just to get people's attention. Draw your attention away from who's running the show. So basically, obviously so they like those billionaires and stuff like that are real flamboyant, to get a lot of people's attention. They pull away from who's running the show. Obviously, they're not going to tell me what the UFO agenda is, for obvious reasons. What's the whole point of it? And it does feel like around the 1950s they could have just made all this stuff clear, like made it known. Obviously, they decided not to. A lot of governments were abusing their connections. U.S. government was abusing, alien knowledge, stuff like that. They're abusing the hell out of it. So it's like, they're experimenting. So, and with Dulce, which is still active somewhere. Obviously, you can't prove it, but I believe it's still active. Everything's still active. Area 51's still active. They're going to downplay it as much as they can. But for obvious reasons. There are a lot of, interesting. Yeah, they create wealth. So, like the diamond trades, the elite created that, to make it popular once again, to keep you off their back. They create these, you can say even the internet they're involved with to some degree. They're involved with everything. They fund stuff here and there. They know what's going on. They're not in the dark, and they have their people to know things. So like, the internet is another thing, so they can funnel money, hide it, whatever it might be. Um, but the diamond trades they created. But once again, they use the royals and other people to do it. But they know, they have ancient knowledge. Feels like they feel like they're the chosen ones. Like the Jews feel like they're the chosen ones, but these guys feel like they're the chosen ones, and they're the real chosen ones. Chosen ones that nobody knows about. So they do hide behind religion for obvious reasons. So they're now some of them could very easily be very much involved with religion because they want to make it look like it's legit. So they might be all going to church on Sunday. Obviously, go to another church after that. This Church of Satan or whatever the hell it is. I wouldn't doubt it. So they have their Illuminati, obviously, families that are keeping, So, these families are just, whoever these people are, they're very, I don't think they live in California. They might have houses there. I'm not feeling it. They have connections. They have connections everywhere. And they are good with everybody. Asians, they might not agree with everyone, but they have connections with every group. They don't like Putin because he goes against them. So they try to destroy his economy, try to destroy his name, because he's not with the narrative. Now, with Trump being chosen, they don't really care. He stays out of their business. Kennedy did not do that. Kennedy wanted to know what the hell was going on. So he dug, and he got people to dig into what was happening, and they didn't like that. They wanted him out of their business. Did that pretty good. So it was UFO stuff. There's other stuff, cover-ups of all types. It was a UFO. People say it's UFO. It's part of it, but there's all these different cover-ups, assassinations, like creation of the Vietnam War, shit like that. The whole atomic thing going on with Russia, the Cold War. There's so much more. The whole thing is just a theater, basically. He wanted to know who was the players. Obviously, when you do that, you go away. Trump hasn't done that. If Trump starts doing that, he's gone. He knows that. So he's going by he's playing by the rules as much as he can. Once again, I don't feel these people care who's in there, because they have their people controlling the system, so they can care less who's president. You can put a sausage there as president, they wouldn't care. So obviously, like what Retro brought up about the they want people with distractions with media. They want all these distractions running to keep people in a bubble. Disney's doing some underhanded stuff, distraction. It's all distractions here and there. Movies are distractions, distraction. Yeah, it's the movie. Reality, pop culture is the movie. Sports is the movie. So, and of course, when he's talking about UFOs and all that, so he's a crazy person. Funny thing about atheists. Is that atheists don't believe in psychic abilities. They don't believe in God, whatever. A lot of these elitists are atheists too, actually. But they do know their psychic abilities do exist because they use them all the time. But they like people that don't believe in it because they make them a great puppet. Some of them become the best puppets out there. They want you to believe in psychic abilities because they're easy to control. Because you can't see what they're doing. The more you're connecting to psychic abilities, your own abilities, they get pissed. Because you block them. Obviously, they suppress you and make your life hell. You talk about this stuff and you look like a lunatic. And they love that. They kind of like let you destroy yourself type of thing. So when you talk about psychic abilities, powers, and magic and all that, it lets you destroy yourself, basically. Which is easy to do when you think about it. Because it's not part of your common man. A common man is programmed puppet, just going by the system. So when you break from that, you lose all your friends, you can't talk to anybody, you're screwed, basically. You can't do anything with any of this. So, and this is not about being paranoid or conspiracy theorist or any craziness. It's not saying about that. It's just You know, it's like you want to know. Even a lot of conspiracy theorists don't believe in psychic abilities. They talk about it, but they don't believe it because they're not ready for it. So yeah, a lot of these. Let's see. A lot of these elitists, yeah, it's connected to the tall whites for positive or negative purposes. The tall whites kind of block what's really going on. Um, there's other beings involved, but the tall whites play a big role in keeping the show going on, basically, which I was not expecting. So yeah, you can. It's they don't make it easy to tap into this stuff for obvious reasons. You get a headache, you feel sick, you want to jump out of a building, whatever it is. They don't make it easy. So, like I said, I saw the John Weir interview. It kind of got me into domestic, because of Bob Lazar and all that. So it's like, it's they don't, they put this stuff out there to figure people are going to do, because there's no real evidence of anything. That's the gag. It doesn't mean that it's not real. It's just they don't make it very easy to prove, because they don't want you messing with their operations. Now, obviously, you're not going to tell me about it. Obviously, the financial world is part of, once again, another distraction. They want people to be greedy or poor or whatever it is to stay out of our face. So they're not going to, once again, they're not going to tell me what they're fully up to for obvious reasons. But it feels like, doesn't mean you have to keep scratching at reality of what's going on, but you can be curious and not go insane. They don't make it easy to connect with them, but it doesn't mean that it's totally impossible, psychically connect. And you can kind of get a more understanding of the agenda. Obviously, not going to get the full understanding of it, but you can see the show of the theater called reality. So, meaning that you can tap into why they're doing this at a given time when they're willing to give you something. Not like you can do anything with it, but get more of a, because it's like Indiana Jones. Like there's always trapdoors and stuff like that. They have that to get to the relic. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like to drive you mentally insane, because they don't want you there. So obviously, tread lightly. But doesn't mean you can't tap into it every once in a while to see, what you pick up from it, because you never know. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You don't drive yourself insane, because you can. But there'll be times when you feel like they're not having a guard up, because they actually, in some ways, it can be a trick. I don't think so, but sometimes it can be, because they can use it to manipulate people. But eventually, you're going to have to see the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, and that's the alien agendas here, basically. That's magic. And now, is it called a Majestic 12? I think it is. I believe so. I don't think there's. I mean, first off, there's all these different branches of power. Majestic 12 is at the top, and like they say, they don't really care what you know. What are you gonna do? Most people aren't gonna believe in this, so who cares? It's not like they're gonna give you their phone number and go to their house and talk to them. It's like, yeah, we rule the world. They're not gonna do that. But tapping into the, use their intuition to connect. Once again, it was seen as a crazy person, but doesn't mean that you're wrong. Obviously, because you'd be surprised. There might be a welcoming energy there where it's like, they don't care what you know. I mean, it's not like you're going to be able to prove any of this stuff. You just look like the lunatic of the week. That's about it. So it's like, who gives a shit? So, like I said, I feel like there's 30 people involved. Some are African Americans, some are China, some are Russian, they have Russian ties at least. Either way, they are connected to America, but they're connected to other countries. Not everybody has a full docket of what's going on. There's only a few. I would say that's more like 10 or 12 of that group. So there's 30 of them, but there's only maybe 5 or 6 that really know what's going on. Yeah, because they have to have some kind of council. They can't just have one person who knows what's going on and running the show. They can't do that. So it feels like the families are involved, keep it in check. Families, if you cross them, you disappear, from what it feels like. And they're connected to the military, and they can come up with any convoluted idea to make it go away. The military is there to protect the elite, basically, for the most part. It's the Illuminati military, when you really think about it. And they do their war games. They do have their skirmishes once again to keep us lost. They do have agendas. Obviously, they're not going to tell me what the hell they are, though. Buying land, controlling the banks. It's like a game to them, obviously. And it's a game of Russian roulette. If we start peeking into their business, those bankers, I believe many bankers have gone missing because of it. Now they don't have control over everything. Like 2008 with the economy that crashed, they know the economy has to have a purge every once in a while. It has to break down, and it scared the hell out of people, whatever it might be. For the most part, it didn't really interfere with the main agenda, but they don't always have power over everything. They just know that they're pretty much in the clear. Once again, it's a game to them. It's just they have unlimited money. Now these are the super wealthy that are not known, and you can say they're black magicians. They're connected to alien energies. They're aware of all this. They do talk to aliens. They talk to feel tall whites for the most part. There are others. The tall whites are the ones that are not necessarily friendly. There are Pleiadians, obviously, but they don't like the Pleiadians because Pleiadians are the more positive side of this group, like the Pleiadians, but the darker side of this family does not like them. Oh, they like the darker ones, obviously, but they don't trust the Pleiadians because Pleiadians go against them. So the Pleiadians are assisting with our awakening. The tall whites are, but they're more controlled for some reason. Something like that. So this family is more connected to, outside the planet too. However that works. They call it the secret space program, wherever the hell you want to call it. They are connected to out. They know what's going on out there too. For obvious reasons, for connected to MJ12, you know what the fuck's going on. So they're on this planet. They're not off planet. They've been on ships, but they have not. I don't think many of them have been out in space. Some of them have. Not going into details of that for obvious reasons. That's where they stay out of a lot of that. Some of them know, most of them don't. This is the families. Let's see, Majestic 12 to 30 of them. Now they do, some of them go off planet, not all of them, but quite a few of them do. I don't know how the hell they do that. Spacecraft, the other spacecraft going on. Once again, they fly those things in the sky, care less if people see them or not. They do manipulate the aliens that do make sightings. They do manipulate the Pentagon on a daily basis. They run the Pentagon basically to see it as a joke. They look at these people, look at high brass army, and look at them as complete idiots. They just, some of them do, not all of them, but some of them just look at it as like, I don't care what kind of rank you are, you're nobody to us, something like that. So those are those in this group. They hire assassins. They do all kinds of shady stuff to get their way. So it might look like a movie, but that's somebody's running the show. We're just not just sitting here. They cause a lot of the blockages. They cause a lot of the shootings, things like that. They put the energy out there at least. They want us to basically go insane. They cause a lot of people get energy attack stuff. They're involved with that somehow. They're not involved with everything, but they're rooting it on. They don't care. They don't want anybody messing with them. So obviously they're part of keeping the movie going, keeping us occupied, keeping us because even people that meditate and connect to themselves don't really see what's really going on. They have an idea, you can break through it, but are you really breaking through? Not really. Most don't know where to go. But these people are, yeah, they're vicious. See, Majestic 12 or Majestic is they're a bunch, yeah, clowns in some regard. They don't care about anybody but themselves. Um, Now the older group, yeah, they're really kind of underhanding each other. Some got assassinated. There's some stuff that they're just playing dirty. This modern group, they kind of do that, but they're more friendly with each other, from what it seems. If somebody gets out of hand, they do go away, or get kicked out, or just have a death of some kind, something like that. Yeah, they don't. They're not always like beating on each other, but you know, if they're not gonna, work with each other, not expect you to be perfect, but if you're not gonna work with everyone and compromise, it's like a marriage, they get rid of you. I don't know if they wipe your brain. I imagine they do that, or they just wipe you out altogether. Who knows? It's or clone you or whatever it is. Obviously, people don't believe in that stuff because we're part of the movie. We're not supposed to believe in any of that. We're not supposed to believe in unicorns or magic or aliens or anything. We're supposed to be slaves, and that's it. Buy stuff and watch Netflix and be a eat your cereal and be a good robot. So it doesn't, yeah, because once you break out of this stuff, you'll get a complete Looney Tune. And that's kind of the plan. It's like if you continue that, look like a crazy person, and you can make it work for you, work for your advantage. That kind of gets their attention. It's like, shit, you got a following. You talk like a crazy person. You're not paranoid like Alex Jones. You're calm and just explaining all this stuff, and you're psychically connecting to their energies. Yeah, they don't like that too much. It's like if you're doing this and staying calm and not acting all paranoid, because you can see them more clearly. If you're acting all crazy and you're all scared, they can manipulate that. But if you're just calm and just feel their vibrations, see what they're up to, you become more vicious. That's more. They don't like that at all. Yeah, because you're showing that you're stronger than because all that paranoia shows that it doesn't really show strength. Not really. It shows a lot of weakness, actually. Especially Alex Jones is a good example of that. If you just take all this stuff and just look at it with a clear vibration. You want to clear out manipulations and just see who's running the show. They play a big part in it. Is most likely there's other families involved, but the three families is the ones that come through. At least connected to magic. It might be others. The magic family is the one that comes through. I'll just leave it at that. I can't connect to everything. It's not like you can prove it unless you start knocking on the door. Yeah, they are real. They're not so they're a neutral group. This is Pleiadians talking. They're not really vicious. They get other people to do that. That's what they got the military for. So they're not like, they go threaten you and say, oh, okay. I say, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, they're dead next day or whatever by somebody else. So they're usually very friendly. Yeah. They're calm, friendly. They might get a little crazy here and there. Somebody got to crack a joke every once in a while. Somebody has to pass gas or whatever the hell it is. You can't just sit there and just be all serious all day. A lot of them are into sports. A lot of them are in religion. Modern religion. They gotta keep it, but they're part of another religion too, obviously. Not to say they're all Masonic, some of them are. That's more for the 12 Illuminati families. They're involved with it, but it's whatever they want to be a part of. But they gotta be, feels like they gotta be part of some kind of religion of some sort. To keep the energies going. They kind of just, just to check up on it, whatever it might be. Doesn't mean they go to church every Sunday, but they are involved with it. To a degree, Buddhism, they're involved with everything. So they're very, I guess, some of them are paranoid because they might lose their power. I guess it's the younger generation. They're a little bit harder to program than the older generation within these families. And, just, I guess some of them are growing a conscious. They're just they're caring about people. The others don't really care. Not really. Once again, it's a game. It truly is. The way I see it from their point of view, I'm only seeing what I'm allowed to see, but it is a game, and we are the chess pieces in it. We are the checkerboard. We are the chess pieces. We are being played constantly. So, question your reality. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of obvious layers you have to get through to see who's running the show. You can say California is kind of a key to them. A lot of them are. Some of them, you'd be surprised how humble some of them are. Some of them live on they're, yeah, you'd be surprised. They're not living in some castle somewhere. Some of them might be, but all of them are living in humble situations. So, oh yeah, that's right. Dick Cheney's part of it, yeah, definitely. I think he's more low level, but he is involved with it. Yeah, he's more low level. Oh yeah, his heart, that thing. Yeah, that was I think done on purpose, so they can turn it off when he pisses them off. So yeah, the Bush administration was mostly like the Cheney administration. Cheney was mostly the president. It wasn't Bush. Bush. That told you this whole thing's a puppet system. Yeah, because it was Cheney that was really running it. So gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. Yeah, his artificial heart is, I believe it was done on purpose. So, yeah. So, like I said, these people aren't gods, but they kind of act like it. Yeah, it's like there's no God there. Yeah, they kind of act like God. Yeah, they think they're gods to a degree. Yeah, they talk about things that conspiracy theorists talk about all the time, but they live it. All conspiracy theorists just theory. They live it. They create it. Because people aren't going to believe it because they run the mainstream media and everything. So, yeah, they just keep everyone looking the other way. They do a very good job of it, obviously, because it's too insane for people to accept, obviously. So yeah, Cheney's definitely involved. His wife's involved, but it's she kind of runs the family. But maybe I'll connect to Cheney tomorrow. I've had in the past, but this is a different connection. This is a different because I never really looked into the whole MJ12 stuff. How connected was to that? It's different on the couch. So yeah. So yeah, start believing in yourselves. Not worry about people call you crazy. The truth will find you. You have a positive heart to all this. You'll find what you'll find your way eventually. Yeah, it's hard. They don't make it easy. They don't want you to find anything. This is a trap door in the mind. They want you to go crazy. That's the agenda, and it's doing pretty good. Yeah, I have to admit, it's doing really good. Yeah, if you're sane doing all this, good. You must not be digging that deep. So, alright, hopefully that was helpful. That's all I got for tonight. So much love, and we'll probably go into more of this tomorrow.